Welcome aboard. All aboard. Got a whole bunch of messages in this. I let it run too long. Yeah. So I just noticed that I missed it a few weeks ago. That there is one of the big name streamers who's playing Simutrans on the 128. I'm interested in it. I watched it. Um, he had many of the same problems I did with the 128. I wonder how he'd do it in 64. Pack 64 might do better. Uh, Told him not to look at me. How not to? Then again, somebody might be saying out there, "No, you're doing pretty good." Yeah, right. Look at my. I'm a million three in the hole, dude. Yeah, right. I'm building lifts and such. Oh, yeah, my. Ooh, how much is he gonna make? 43 bucks. Yeah, that ain't gonna make us a lot of money. Unfortunately, the seaways are not profitable. Switch to my evening cups of herbal tea here. For those tracking caffeination, we are on the decaffeination stage. It's time for good old. No, there's moles. There's moles. Oh my goodness. Molehills. Time to make mountains out of them. Yeah, I'm getting loopy. It's after midnight. I probably shouldn't be up gaming, but I'm just wired still. I'm loopy, but I'm wired. I had a horrible idea that maybe I should extend and take over with DDI down the road this stretch of track and run a passenger service from Pinedon or a combined service that serves Malalock, Pinedon, and the far city down here. What is that again? Where the car shop is, Asham. Something to think about if they survive. I'm already really getting close to those financial limits. Let's see here. Player list time. Yeah, if that's my bank balances, both Eastern and Don John are about to go bankrupt. Public service, of course, is always running in the red. Just remember, public service is the government. It doesn't show the tax dollars. Just the amounts that are in there. There's not like a tax budget or anything like that, which is where the rest of their money comes from that they keep spending forever. All right. Yeah. Torwell's grown. Growing as we look. What's this going to be turning into? Construction site that's going to become a parking lot. Rideshare. Carpooling business people is a meeting point for sharing rides. The city is encouraged by posting signs, reserving it for this use. Some people sleep in their cars here, but the city does not encourage that. Yeah, that's interesting. It's something I would point out to him. The industrial buildings that don't all have data. Well, let's see where we're at. We just finished Don John's turn, so it's back to Calico North Western Railroad. And this will probably be my last of the tutorials this week. Switch back to either fix it or I might Might go back and play some more Path of Exile. I don't know. Tomorrow is a work, hopefully, day. I gotta remember to take my allergy meds tomorrow. Ooh. Took 3 hours for that pill to kick in this morning for the 24-hour relief one. No, I'm not going to say a brand name. Also, I'm still working my way through the bottle from 2 years ago. That's probably a mistake. But I'm too cheap to, and too broke to take and spend money. Let's see. That's the wrong area. No, that's his area. You know, we probably should go ahead and expand our Torwell and other services. And try to decide where Torwell's train station is going to be. I think a train station at Torwell would go good. Say, let's take a look at the city list here. City list. Oh, hey, yeah, in case you popped over and you see this one, the dirty trick in displays for the chart. Choose a theme for your display. When you're wanting to see those charts, Purple Night works great for the charts, but hard for what you're reading. They don't really have one that works good for all of them. Aeroskin is just like too bright. Simutrans Classic, which is what I'm using. And then, unfortunately, the high contrast is a nightmare. Purple Night, I found, especially large size, seems to do a better job on, and let's go to something that we can use it on, showing. As you can see, it's a nice bright line. I think there's only one color that has a problem. That's the purple. Let's go to an actual vehicle. Unfortunately, Purple Night makes the icons all small. Don't know why that happens. Wish that didn't. I wish I'd leave the icon sizing alone when you go to the Purple Night big. Because you're on large size. It should keep them large. Let's go to trains. Oops. There we go. The stole. Oh, he's in the garage. Do I have... Yeah, I've got special filters on again. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say that it gets tough to read stuff. But now that I'm there, let's go to this guy, go to his chart. Now I think you'll find like the free capacity, that one's pretty easy to see, that one's pretty easy to see. They're all pretty easy to see when you're in the Purple Night for the chart, and then just have to remember to switch back. I wish they'd have used Purple Night for the background. It would have worked so much better for so many of the charts. So again, we're going to go back to select a theme. We're going back to classic large size. Thank you. I think I may have actually chosen the wrong size on that Purple Night. Little things, guys, little things. You know, city list, that's what I was going to look at. Oh yeah, duh. Served by Cali. Sort by citizens. Biggest top. So Mellolock, where we're competing with DDI now. Torwell is, of course, is number 2 city, and then Hillsborough and Brentboro here is the 4th of the 6 cities. It's number 4 out of 6 of what we're serving, so we could really, expand our service. Sorry that herbal tea is still very hot. I have to slurp to cool it a little bit. Let's go ahead and build that. Don't need shipping tools, don't need road tools. Give me those tools and that tool, and I need that tool. Bring this down to where I like it to be. Just right about there. Yeah, I like the rail to be the second one down. And then I give myself a gap because this guy's going to overlap the minute anything drops in, which will be soon. All right, let's do our exploratory layer in sand rails just so that we get started. Hit the old control key and do the corner to take and give the corner we want. And yeah, it don't like me at the moment, does it? No, there we go. Okay. And then we were headed for kind of using this to get up to let's do it to Malalock. Gonna have to take and do some slope work here. Do the old level it out. Throw a bridge over. Oh no, no, no. I just realized something that ain't gonna work. Need a longer bridge. Bring it right on up to this. If we're gonna be up at that height, we might as well. It's not like Kelly ain't got the money. Kelly's got the money. Kelly Jack got the money. And I'm Kelly Jack. Hey, this is the Simutrans tutorial sessions. I call these things the How Not to Game with Kelly Jack sessions. Kelly Jack is my gaming handle. Kind of like that, and then we need to get over here. Sort of like that. This is where we need to be headed for. Do the old level the ground. Took it too high up. Stacked it. Built the column. One hard turn coming up. I don't like those, as we know, generally. All right. Go ahead and tie him in. Put the flag on that, the signal, two-way. Over here, how do I want to... Well, first things first, it's going to be a longer train. And we need to get past this, so we have to have the bypass train line. And we'll have to tell it to take the bypass. No, it should take the bypass on its own. Let's see here. Should. Yeah, Dave, remember. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Always bites us. All right, there we go. Now let's take and do a 3-wide station here. We need to take and build out a road to it. Give it a couple of stop potentials there, like that. So that we can do mail down the road too if we want. So I think we're pretty much letting DDI be the postal service here. Don John deliveries, intermodals. If they've got a question about what DDI is, don't think I've shown it. These here are my 3 company names and then the Public Service Commission. And I gotta do it. I really just cannot stand the way they do that. Public Service Commission. There it is. Ha. And I know it is a cheat to take and have the Public Service Commission build things. But sometimes you gotta cheat. So we want to do at least one bus stop out to here right away. And we want to do a couple other bus stops to pick up some of the growth that we've had here in town. That's covered, that's covered, that's covered. Okay. Yeah, making certain that the connections did work is a total pain sometimes, guys. Do the spur there, the little link to take and do a distribute. And now we can come over here. We're going to go ahead and put in the new rail dispatch yard. I don't like how jammed up this has become, and I've got to figure out what I'm going to do about things in here so that I can keep extending my yard because the river jams me up. I've only got space for one more line, and I really don't even have that because of the bridge without relocating the bridge and the power lines. It can be done, but it's going to be a pain. Of course, Callie's making money. Who cares? Who cares? All right, let's go ahead and see. Can I blow the... there's things inside the depot. All right, what's in the depot? Cars? Nope. Okay. There we go. And then it'll let us relocate the power lines down the road and the transformer, but I don't want to do that until the last minute because you can only have one transformer and you can't do a non-interrupt replacement. But we're going to have to do that soon if we don't want the city to take and fill in that area because it's too close to town. All right. And I do agree with Don John that Don John's got it right. Lay it out, let everybody know where HQ is going to be, and go ahead and put the road. We're going to do just upgrade that to gravel. Get him out here just a little bit. Whoops, there he is. Build HQ. Give it a moment. Good grief, he can already upgrade his HQ to 1,600 a month. Yeah, nah. Base HQ is 400. I think that's what we're going to stick with for right now. I really don't want to rub it in that I can afford a fancier building. Yeah, I do. And we can upgrade one more. Let's see what we get first. So we get the cube. 3,000. What's our monthly profit? Not worth it. Not worth it yet. I get into the 100,000s. I don't mind spending 3,000 on corporate. I'm not big on coddling my suits. All right, let's get that train set up. Locomotives. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I kind of want speed. Speed, but price. It's got the power. 630. I'm not too thrilled with anything over 4 because those require full train loads. Diesel, though, has come into power. We got the F7s. But we all know what the F stands for and what we're going to say when we see what it costs us. You know what, though? Let's do this. He's going from here over to Torwell, and we're going to have to tell him some waypoints. Waypoints are not a station item, guys. Remember that. If you're open TTD here in this game, you got to tell him what you want him to use. Now, I don't tell him every one of them because you shouldn't have to. I mean, every once in a while, just keep him on track. Get him into here. There's Torwell. Now we're going to come back. I shouldn't have to tell him to here. Over here, remind him, hey, remind him that he's got to go this way. Here. Here. And take that line to get to here. Then we got to go to here. And don't have to tell him the end of the point. You know what? I'm going to play with something. It's got the presets, but I don't like those presets all the time. I'm going to go with a 67. 67 is a nice, good figure to take and start one. 2/3 of a train. And then at the other end, here, Torwell, there I'll take a 50. Make certain you come back and highlight back to him so that it starts at the right station. I've done that how many times now where you've watched me and laughed at me cussing over my forgetting to reset back to the original point closest to the depot. And that's a CNWRR. Probably will take a while to take and build that up. Now, if we go over to Torwell, which is where I got to get to next, I've got to get some buses in here. So let's build a fast bus. We're going to grab an Ike, Icarus, come into here, and then take it down to Town Hall, copy backwards. That adds in most of my new stops. Promote to line. Rename the line. We're going to call this Yike Bus. Because I like to know what I had, whether it was the jalopy, the old T21, or what. And then I'm going to throw out a T21 to do a funny little thing like this. One jalopy bus going. Hey, we're at 30 minutes. That's about too much on this, especially for as little as I achieve, because I spend so much time showing you what I'm looking at. And we're going to take a peek here. All we got was him, so we're going to set it to public service so that I know I got to go to Eastern when I play next. Yeah, I might just go ahead and record that session tonight and do Eastern and Don John's. Not that there's really much to do there. These guys are losing way too much money. 15 to 30,000 a year for Eastern, and then he's losing a third of $1 million because of the way we're running him. I may just let these guys go bankrupt and come back and rebuild a different way. That would be the second bankruptcy for Eastern Transports in this series, or for that one serving that area, and Don John's would be the third, so 3 strikes, I'm out. No. Anyway, free play mode. That's what does it. Currency left means your cash in the bank is all you can play with. You cannot go into the hole at all to your net worth. That much I figured out this week. Hey, have a better day than I'm having.